We know the mob at one time, when the rules were strictly enforced, banned its members from dealing drugs, but did so in a double standard type of way. Nonetheless, the one thing they were sticklers about was members using drugs. Any member thought to be using usually paid with their life. The Lucchese's Jersey crew, specifically the Perners, have a long history with drugs and drug use, pills in particular. During Operation Heat, which was a gambling case that began in December 2007, Joe Perner and his brother-in-law, Michael Cheddar, got involved with the Bloods in a prison contraband business that included drugs. But by June 10, 2013, Michael Cheddar died of an overdose. According to Joe Perner, he was bad with the pills. While out on bail on the gambling case, Joe Perner and his brother Johnny would meet with Matty Madonna and Joe DiNapoli at Joe DiNapoli's house in Scarsdale. Every Sunday, they would go over their case. And on one of these visits, according to Joe Perner, they brought bagels over, and Johnny was eating a bagel and was a complete mess. After witnessing this, Matty Madonna took Joe Perner outside and questioned him about Johnny. But he told Matty it was just medication that his brother was using. And Matty responded with something to the effect of, "I know junk when I see it. I used to sell it." During one Christmas party that we had in Staten Island at the restaurant Zio Toto, Johnny came with his father Ralphie. This is when they were transferred to our crew. At one point during the night, Johnny ordered a Nutella pie, and he was in such bad shape that he was nodding into his plate and had Nutella all over his face. Big John was taking pictures of him, which I never was in agreement with. And poor Ralphie, whose face was red with embarrassment, finally rushed his son out of the restaurant. In January 2016, after Joe Perner was sentenced and awaiting going to prison, there were several times that I spoke to him where he didn't sound right and was slurring his words. Johnny Sideburns also spoke with him and mentioned the same thing to me. And Sideburns said, "I think he's taking pills to calm his nerves." During the recent trial of Tommy Manzo, the New Jersey jury heard testimony from Lorenzo Tripodi, an associate of Johnny Perner's, who began cooperating. Days after July 18, 2015, when the assault took place on Dave Canton, he was released on bail a few days later and stated, "I really just wanted to get high. You know, I felt like I was dying. I was withdrawing from opiates." Common denominator for Joe and Johnny Perner, Michael Cheddar, and Lorenzo Tripodi is drugs. Obviously, these were guys that were into drugs. And just another example of the mob today.